Attention, all views and opinions expressed in this video and channel are for educational purposes only.
Ready to
Hey,
go.
Bella!
Hey,
What's happening?
what's happening?
All right, Belle. So, what do you got for us today? I know you got. I know you got a handful of shit that you can't wait to throw at the other monkeys.
I mean, I'm shaking. I'm shaking. I'm
You
so
may need some
excited.
Charmin. You may need some Charmin. Let's go. Hey, Chad Wade here. You need business funding? I got you, man. I got you. Altura Funding gets you term loans, lines of credit, 0% business credit cards for up to 18 months, and a tool that shows you every funding option you probably qualify for. All right. So no fees, no hard pull, 90 seconds to get pre-approved. Hit the link right now.
Talking about is the edumacation smoke bar, right? So think
What?
of it like, you know what, Apple, your favorite place in the whole wide world,
Yuck.
right? They have
Yeah.
this thing called the Genius Bar where you can go and they can,
No idea.
So you can go to that place, right? And they teach you everything about it. It's normally the older people that go because they don't understand it because their grandkids, their kids have gotten these phones. They don't know how to use them. So they sit them there at this educational thing and they break down how to use these things, right? So this is a little area. It's about educational. It's visually branded, things like that. So they can learn, they can interact, they can trust your shop. Why it's going to work is most shops are only focused on convenience or price. But as we've seen, the modern consumers, especially younger buyers and professionals, want credibility and transparency. So this concept is going to make your shop look more legit and responsible. It's going to build your customer loyalty and social trust. It's going to protect your business from liabilities by emphasizing safe and legal use. Even better, here's the next part. It's going to give you endless content and in-store displays.
Okay, so I'm understanding you to say that Joe Neckbone or Jane Neckbone is going to show up and she's going to say, "Hey, Mr. Counter Person, how do I refill this?"
Mhm.
Right?
Yes, exactly.
And then he's gonna, get it out, and he's gonna show them all the intricacies of the
Exactly.
device.
Exactly.
He's gonna show them how to fill it up, how to change the length of the flame, how to decrease the length of the flame, how to trigger it, how to bleed the line, everything. Right? Am I understanding that?
Yes, and also,
But that also means though that
they have to understand it.
they're gonna have to be educated as well.
But if they're not educated, then they can't really sell the product. That's another issue. And I've always said that if you don't understand the product, you can't sell it. You can't say why this product is better than this product if you don't even understand the product.
Yeah, but we could also agree that the products change so fast now
Exactly.
that they will, but of course YouTube's a wealth of information, but not everybody goes to YouTube first, although they should. And the in-store salesperson should know how to work it, know how to service it, know how to every part of it, correct?
Exactly. And if they don't, then as a store owner, if you don't understand it, then there's an issue.
Yes.
There's an issue right there. You should
Yeah.
not be in business, close down the shop, pack up the books, leave. Anyways, that's my PSA for the day if you don't understand the product. Right? So if you want to, this is a great way to inform your employees and also your customers. You can make printed mini lessons, could be how to clean your glass safely, choosing the right rolling papers for you, battery safety do's and don'ts, understanding hemp-derived product labels, because those QR labels and those labs, if you don't understand them, you're just gonna look at them and go, or you're never gonna look at them, right? And that's really
Correct.
mainly for the store owner, but some people are curious, they want to see it, right?
But sometimes the labs are mysteriously cryptic anyway.
Exactly.
And so I find that very odd, but it is what it is.
If they are, you shouldn't have them.
I would agree. But
If you don't truly know. But anyways,
well, you should be contacting your vendor also and asking them, "Hey, look, man, what about this lab here? Explain this to me so that I can explain this to my customer."
yes, exactly. And then they could also have this, how to store this accessory properly, because those are common questions you might have, or whatever your most common question is, because the people behind in the store are going to know, hey, what about this, this, and this?
Can we agree? Can we agree that's a content opportunity as well, so that they could make videos of it and put it right on Instagram or Facebook or or they could put it on, I don't know, a flash drive, put it into a monitor on the TV, and that son of a bitch never shuts up at all.
Exactly. Or you could do once a month branded events and demos, right?
Yes.
Which is Clean Glass Day, which you can do free demos on cleaning tools, glass cleaners, things like that. Why this is the best one, why it's more premium, things like that. Battery Safety 101, how to properly use your chargers and mods. Knowing your label, teach them how to read the QR code numbers or lab reports, things like that. We can make these into content ideas. Everything like that doesn't obviously have to be inside the store, but these could be great content ideas that you have.
I love the idea of making it into content so that you don't ever, I mean, nobody wants to just keep saying the same shit over and again. But if I have it already on my Instagram, I can immediately go right to it and I can say, okay, here, let me show you here on Instagram where we've already done a tutorial on this, bang, and let them watch it, correct? You could even cast it up on the TV and there it is for them to watch, and maybe some other people within the store will watch it as well, and maybe they'll buy because you put it up there.
Yep. Like I said, you can do a mini web page or Instagram highlights titled Education Smoke.
Yes.
Right? And they can be quick guides, your short reels filmed at your counter, infographics made on Canva, love Canva, or customer testimonies.
And so if they're going to put it on the highlights on their Instagram page, that's those little circles that are right underneath the verbiage.
Yes, exactly. And you put on your stories, and you put them underneath there to like just highlight.
To be up there and to kind of float and hover in perpetuity.
And let's give them a little incentive to having these lessons, right? Let's just say there's a quiz, right? At the very end, you can have a QR code, right? They do it, whatever. You have to complete all 3 lessons in the store, show your answers. If you get a good score on it, you get a free lighter.
Or you get 10% off the product.
Exactly. Something like that.
But if they've already bought it, they can get them a free lighter or a free
something like that.
You know,
just
a free branded lighter. Branded lighter.
Exactly. I agree.
With a QR code right to your website.
Exactly. And that at that point, it's incentivizing people on learning how to do this, but that's also going to keep the person behind the counter not being asked the same exact questions over and over and over and over again. Because if they've done the lessons in the store, they should already know how to do it.
For sure.
So, and I mean, that can literally be a QR code if you are able to print it off your receipt and put a QR code at the bottom like Burger King and McDonald's does. Like, you know how you can scan it? And
most POS systems will let you do it anyway now.
Yes. Like I said, if they can do that, by the way, if your POS system doesn't do it, I bet we know someone's POS system that can.
Yeah, I've got somebody to do the POS. Comment down below or send me your name and phone number for your store or the contact person to askchadwade@gmail.com, and I will have my guy reach out to you. Now, this is not just one particular system. They've got a plethora of those systems.
They got a lot.
And you're just going to want to have to talk to them and let them help you figure out which one is right for you and your budget. But let me tell you something else. Some of those have no cost, 0 cost.
You say free?
I said free. The software, not the software, but the hardware is free. The software does have but you take the cost of the software off every single month, your taxes.
So what I'm hearing is free 99.
Free 99.
Now, why wouldn't you do that? That's crazy.
No applause needed, but it is a fact. It is a good deal.
So what I'm hearing is like everyone needs to switch to it.
Everybody does need a new system, because you wouldn't believe the people that are still using an outdated, antiquated POS system, and that's slowing down the process and not giving you all the reports that you need and to grab your analytics to prove what you're actually selling, which makes you an amateur.
Which is why you need education.
Sorry, I said it out loud.
Well, I mean,
it is what it is.
Truth hurts, guys. The benefits of doing this is you're going to position your brand as the authority, not just a retail girl, right? You're going to attract older and more cautious demographics, obviously. So people that are more cautious about health, hazards people, they health conscious, whatever they call them nowadays. I don't know. Those types of people. It's also going to reduce your return issues. Now, I'm pretty sure we have a policy in our retailers that you can't return all sales final.
Well, you can't return food products, but I mean, if you got an issue with, I don't know, a vaporizer or some shit like that, we try to work with you as far as what's wrong with it. We try to fix it, and we try to put you in the right path. If it's a manufacturer issue, we get you in contact with the manufacturer, and that way they can change it up for you and make it right.
So what if you had a video about, oh, I broke my piece, what do I do?
It would tell them how to do it, and maybe you could even do it like with, I don't know, an ooze product.
Exactly.
If an ooze product goes bad, it gives you the marketing aspect of it is to tell them the phone number and how to contact them so that they can help get you right.
So they don't have to either call up the store or drive to the store and be like, hey, I broke this, or this isn't working. Like, what do I do? They can look on social medias or anywhere else that you want to have it posted for them. Yeah. They don't even have to leave. They can save a trip, and it's going to reduce those return issues. Because listen, when something doesn't work and then you have to get in the car, you're already mad about it, right? And
because you wanted to smoke it up.
Yeah, you're already big mad about this. Yeah. Now they're going to take it out on your cashier, and that's an issue, right? Yes, they're going to sound just like that walking into the door, right?
Yeah, they certainly are.
Exactly. So if they had a guide about this, hey, this is what you do if something like this happens.
I mean, how many times have you bought, I don't know, a t-shirt, Bella, and you got it all the way home, and even though you had already tried it on, it was perfect, exactly what you wanted, but then when you got it home, you noticed a little stain somewheres. Now you got to drive all the way back and return it. And so you're not pleased. And then when you get up there, everybody's trying to pass it on. Well, hey, I got to get my manager, and you need to step right over here, and blah, 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 blah. Well, man, you're not happy when that happens, man. You want this shit fixed right then.
Exactly. So this
even Walmart now is a bitch to get anything returned.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it last time me and you went. Pretty much what you can do, and this is some bonus things that if you want to add, you can. Obviously about the education, right?
Education.
Let's just say I have no idea where I need to start on this. I love this idea, but I don't even know what questions they've been asking me, because they've asked me so many. I don't even know. I'm not even thinking about it, right?
She's mad. She's upset.
Yeah, mad and upset, people, right? So what if you add a box on your counter right next to the stickers, the QR codes, whatever, right? And it's an Ask the Expert box, which customers can drop anonymous questions in there, and you post them weekly on your social.
Or maybe you have an email that you could drop that into, right?
Which you can also
or you have a QR code that puts them right to that form. They fill out a form and they put it in there, and they don't even have to put a return email address unless they want a direct answer to the email.
Exactly. But you're still going to make the content from it because it's a good question, right?
Yeah, for sure you are.
And then why don't you make a staff certification wall? So you have to train your employees, training people on your employees on the basic product knowledge. And then you just post their badge on the training certificate wall that they are certified staffing here. And this person
most of them certifiably crazy already.
Well, I mean, if you're working in this industry, aren't y'all?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. But see, maybe this certain staff member is really good in this department, right? Maybe you put that they're really good in this one, right? And then you post it on your stories on the days like they're working or things like that, and like, oh, I'm here, things like that. And so like, let's just say you've had a issue with this certain product, but you wanted to wait until this certain person's there, but you don't want to drive up there thinking, I hope he's there. I don't know.
Oh, I don't want to deal with XYZ. I want to deal with ABC.
Exactly. And we know people that's how that's always been.
That's how they do. They drive by, they see the car, they just keep on driving.
Yep, exactly. That's a great way to make people not as mad, but also you need to train your employees on these things, right?
Fine.
And then the last thing that I'm going to do, then we're going to wrap this up. I know it's long, but last thing we're going to do is myth busting Mondays, which is these weekly reels debunking common industry myths. Like, does color change mean quality? Like, does it mean the quality changed if the color's changed? Things like that. Like, these could be like common questions that, maybe not people, they don't know about, but an expert would.
Right.
things like that. So that's all I got. That's all I got, guys. It's a long video. I know.
All right, Bella. Hey, Bella, I really do appreciate you doing this. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you doing this. How do they get a hold of you? Should they have some kind of fucking issue?
Y'all have an issue? You can hit me up at ikwmediallc@gmail.com. And I'd be glad to help you. Please don't waste my time. That's my PS.
I mean, you are working with a few people right now, so I mean, I don't know how you're going to fit any more in because there's only so much time in a day. But if you got enough Charmin, you can wipe anything loose, I'm guessing.
Very true.
Just throwing it out there. So anyway, Belle, thank you so much for doing this, and everybody, thanks for coming in and being with us. Again, if you got any questions, it's ikwmediallc@gmail.com. Or if you got any questions for old Chad, it's askchadwade@gmail.com. Don't forget down there and right over here, it's unswholesale.com. Should you want me to fill up your store full of merchandise that's, smoke shop related, of course, and should you need some detox, it's over here.
But if you need some consultations, you want to read a couple blogs or two, I do really good jobs on those. So please read the blogs. You can go to up here at chadwaytv.com. We'd be glad to help you there too.
And there's some fresh content there, usually
every single day, normally.
Exactly.
Normally. Depends on when production hits, guys.
And hopefully the TikTok is up to date, isn't it?
Not right now, but it will be today.
It will be today. That's excellent. And of course, we're trying to keep more and more content out there. Don't forget, everybody, join us with the Discord if you are a shop owner.
And not rando, please don't join.
If you're random and you're not in the industry and you can't prove it,
or you're about to be. We need you in the industry, not about to be. I'm shopping.
Yeah, I need you to be in it and in it to win it. Okay, so the Discord is for you. I got a lot of good people in there who cannot wait to help you. And this is just for shop owners all over the United States. And I have a couple that aren't even in the United States, by the way. And they give some really good info for what's going on in other parts of the world. So I'm proud to have them as well too.
Very cool.
All right, everybody. So thanks. I've done the whole thing here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right, Belle, thank you for doing this, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate all you guys as well. All right, see you next time, next Monday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.